continue to get his face out there.
Stepmom Terry Horman has just hired a high-profile criminal defense attorney.
Continue looking for him in your day-to-day activities.
KATU reports Terry Horman allegedly posted comments online responding to criticism about reportedly leaving the gym just days after Kyron vanished. Horman allegedly wrote, quote, "Wow, unless you all know the details, the stress, the worry, the pain, you have nothing to speak of."
We implore Terry Horman to fully cooperate with the investigators.
You have no facts, details, or knowledge to present, so please refrain from your accusations.
Joining us right now and taking your calls live, Mark Class, president and founder of Class Kids Foundation. Mark, weigh in.
Well, I think it's instructive to compare and contrast the behavior of the two moms. On the one hand, you have the stepmom who is consumed by all matters that are trivial. She's worried about the cat. She's going online and she's checking out blogs. She's going to work out. And then on the other hand, you have the real mom who is absolutely consumed by all things Kyron. It absolutely breaks your heart as you hear her say, "We believe Kyron is alive." And why is she doing that? I'll tell you exactly why. Because she needs proof otherwise. You need proof of life or you need proof of death. And if you don't get that, you're going to believe that your child is alive. I know parents whose children have been missing for 20, 30 years, and in the core of their hearts, they still believe that those kids are alive.
Unleash the lawyers. Joining us tonight, Eleanor Odom, felony prosecutor, specialty crimes on women and children. Alex Sanchez, defense attorney in New York. Peter Odom, defense attorney, Atlanta. Eleanor, what do you make of it?
Well, Nancy, I think it's very interesting. It goes to her state of mind. It's something law enforcement wants to look at. I'm also curious why she won't talk to them, and it's so important because she was the last person to see him alive. No matter what, they need to get her story straight.
Well, she has spoken to them for about 6 hours that I know of. She's taken, to our knowledge, 2 polygraphs that can only mean one thing, that she flunked the first one and they asked for a second one. What do you make of that, Eleanor?
Well, I think the police are onto something, and clearly they want to know why she isn't being more forthcoming if the first one showed deception. And again, remember, Nancy, her cell phone shows she really wasn't in, or at least the cell phone wasn't in the vicinity of the school.
Weigh in, Alex Sanchez.
You know, I don't know why anybody's concluding that she failed that first polygraph. I think that's a very unfair assumption that anybody's taken at this time. Look, I haven't seen one scintilla of evidence linking her to this criminal offense. Do I like her behavior? Do I like the fact that she goes to the gym? No, I don't like that. But that's a very poor substitute for hard, serious evidence in a matter of this importance. And I think we do need to wait.
Put him up. Sanchez,
here I am.
What about the fact that she is the last, and I'm not saying she's a suspect or person of interest, but she is the last person to see the boy. Nobody else saw him. Her story doesn't make sense. That she walked him to the door, his homeroom door, but he never made it in there as the bell was ringing. Then her cell phone places her in an area where she says outright she was not there. What, her cell phone jogged down to Sauvie Island out in the marshes and the swamps?
Well, then I guess the grand jury should consider the case and vote an indictment.
You said
but
there's nothing there, and I'm asking you to respond to what I just told you.
Obviously, at the present point, is insufficient evidence in order to bring criminal charges against her. And until an indictment is voted, it's very unfair to be treating her like this.
Now, after the indictment, then what are you going to say? It's very unfair. She's presumed innocent until proven guilty. I can hear it already. Okay, Odom, your turn.
Nancy, it is very unfair to presume that because her behavior isn't what we might suppose it would be or want it to be, that she's guilty of something. People react in very personal, very unique ways to stress.
Yeah, I knew that's what you were going to say.
Hey, if there's evidence out there, let's see it. We haven't seen anything yet, as Alex mentions.
I just told you some. Can you respond to that?
I haven't seen any hard evidence of that. All I've seen is what the police have decided.
She's lying about her whereabouts. Why?
That's what the police have decided to float. Has that been subject to the acid test of a grand jury yet? That's what I'd like to know. And the answer to that is no.
Very quickly, respond. J. Salpeter, private investigator, former NYC homicide detective. What do you make of the investigation so far, Jay?
Basically, they're doing their job. Right now, Nancy, they still don't have enough. In the beginning, everyone was saying she wasn't cooperating, but she did cooperate by taking a polygraph, and it could have came back inconclusive. not she didn't fail.
That's a good point, Jay.
Please help us bring Kyron home.
This will not become a cold case for us. We will continue to investigate this case until we have it solved.
As the hunt for Kyron moves from a search for a missing and endangered child to a criminal investigation, law officers will not comment on whether there are any suspects.